Thanks, Hazel. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night here at the Crucible, and the eyes of the sporting world descend on Sheffield once more as we edge closer to completing the lineup for this year's Betfred World Championship Final. Please welcome a class act on and off the bays. He has been brilliant so far here in Sheffield. The reigning Masters champion is without doubt playing the best snooker of his career so far. 10 years on from winning the world title, he's edging ever closer to a third Crucible final. So give it up for Sean the Magician Murphy! And his opponent, a player who has come through 3 marathon matches to make the semis for a third successive time. Winner of the Aussie Open and the PTC Grand Finals, he is now one of the world's best. He will fight the fatigue tonight with absolutely everything he's got. So please welcome the Hawk, Barry Hawkins!
Well, Hazel, that remains to be seen, but it was great to see a big smile on Barry's face as he came in here.
17th frame, Barry Hawkins to break.
Very good evening to everybody watching. And I think, John, he's going to enjoy this evening, and he come out with a big smile on his face. He's playing for a bit of pride now, isn't he?
Absolutely, Dennis. That's all he can do at the moment. Just think, can I take it to the final session tomorrow? Nobody wants to lose with a session to spare, but once again, not the best break-off. This is what has cost him dear in this match. And there you go, straight away, Sean Murphy rolls in a long one. And he's been doing that all the match.
And right in the centre of the pocket. I mean, he's making those look so easy. But as the boys in the studio said, and I did the other match, John, he's made, what, 3 or 4 centuries from the break-off.
Well, there's 2 frames, frames 5 and 7, where
6.
Sean made a break 105 in frame 5 and 138 in frame 7. And the only contribution that Barry did
7
was break off.
Tough school.
Very tough.
And if he gets a nice little cannon here, he could be in with another good chance. Well, only just wobbled a few times before dropping.
14.
But he has played throughout this year's Betfred World Championship some stunning snooker, it has to be said. I think winning the Masters and the
15.
way he did it, John, against Neil Robertson has really given him an extra boost.
Absolutely, and I couldn't agree with you more. I think he's been one of the players of the season. And I remember when he played in the UK, he lost to Mark O'Fu in the UK. How he lost that match,
22.
I'll never know to this day. He played absolutely superb. Whether it was a run of the ball. And I think even if you asked Marco, he'd probably say, well, I don't know how I won that match. And as you say, he carried it on. I know there's a lot of tournaments, but these are the big ones. These are the majors.
I'll tell you, it is hard to believe that Sean hasn't been to the semi-final on one table stage for 6 years. I mean, he won it 10 years ago. Never forget that match against Matthew Stevens. Matthew looked a strong favourite. And then all of a sudden, Sean produced
31.
some unbelievable snooker, and that's what he's doing here this year.
Now, is it all... He's stuck on one. The red's run past the right middle. I don't think he's on anything here.
38.
Do you not find, though, Dennis, with a lot of players, when Sean won the world title, and then all of a sudden they're not getting the results, and they're looking for the reasons why. And it's well documented. He went to Devon and played a lot of golf with Ray Rinn, but in the meantime was trying to pick his brains about the safety side of the game, you know. And you think, I'm not getting results. Why am I not getting results if I'm so good?
Sean Murphy.
And of course,
38.
we all know, as we see him miss that red, he was unlucky not to be on an easier one than that. But the game's not all about potting balls, and I think Sean now has got that good balance in his game. Obviously, he's not going to refuse long pots because that's his strength. Great long potter. But he will think twice when it comes to a safety.
I know it's 4 sessions, but I'll go back to that second frame as we see this attempt into the middle. The second frame when he was 63 in front, Barry, and he missed a sitter of a red in the middle pocket, and he never really settled after that. Wow, that was close.
Yeah, another Sean Murphy pot. This one just a fraction out. Yeah, people will say to you, well, the second frame in the best of 33, but there are certain frames that, you know, can give one guy momentum and the other one not. And we can always look back on any match, can't you, and think of a couple of frames that, if they'd have gone the other way, could have changed the result. Just got a touch of the nailies at the moment.
That looked good at one stage there, and then just caught the near jaw. But it's getting rather awkward now, this frame. There's 5 reds up the other end of the table, and we might finish up with all the reds up there.
Yeah, that 38-point lead that Sean's got is looking bigger and bigger at the moment.
Not quite on the cushion. No. There's 6 reds already up in the bulk area of the table. Might be another one joining them. Could be pretty good because there's no path through to that one that's near the left middle pocket, but gradually all the reds are heading up into the other end of the table. And there's another one. We could have all 10 reds up there, John.
Yeah, I presume that this red doesn't pass the pink. Because why would he leave the cue ball in this corner pocket? Barry's having a close look at it. Maybe Sean has left him a tempter. It's a tough pot. Tough shot, this. I don't think it went. I don't think it quite went. As I say, I was surprised that Sean would leave him a chance of it. See, it just flicked the pink. So I doubt whether he could get past the pink.
Not taking the one to the middle pocket, he's taking the one into the corner, but keep an eye on the cue ball. That was always going to be the problem. The cue ball, he couldn't avoid canning into at least one of those reds. And he's got to keep the white over the left side of the table, otherwise he'll leave that pot on for the middle.
Pink ball.
Oh, where's that white going? It needs to pull up. It needs to pull up. And it has.
So
Only just.
Well, I bet his heart was in his mouth. I know he's got a 10-frame advantage, but he was nearly gifting this frame then to Barry. Well, he's certainly going to get plenty of encouragement this evening, is Barry. And why not? Everybody wants to see a close match, and this has been very one-sided.
This is going to go close to being behind the black. Now, there might be a red that Barry can take, and there might be a path, believe it or not. He'll have a go at it. That's the sort of path the white could take if he pots this, but if he doesn't, he'll cannon into other reds. He's managed it. Well played. One.
Yeah, terrific pot. Needs another one though. Trying to force it in to get over for the red. May have had a bit of luck.
Hawkins won.
Just may have got away with it. Just trying to force it in off the left half of the pocket, and that's dangerous. Sean eyeing up the plant. There's plenty of room here between the two reds, but, well, as I say, when you're 10 frames in front, you can chance your arm somewhat. It'd be a good plant to make.
One.
He made this look easy.
Green ball.
And now look at where he's situated here. He's already 42 points in front. So he's got to pot a few more balls than he normally would, because after the blue there'll be low valued colours, you would feel.
5.
But they're there for the taking, and he doesn't need that many of them.
As you say, Dennis, he can concentrate on the baulk colours.
10.
He's got to chip away at them. This could be the key shot, actually, if he gets nicely on the green. Coming round off 2 cushions.
11.
That's just about perfect.
Yeah, because he's taking low valued colours, he'll just need a couple more pots.
14. 15. $18.
Just needs this straightforward red.
19.
And it's just so comfortable for Sean at the moment. It's a great feeling to have. You're out there in the semi-final and you're just enjoying every single moment of it. Barry was all smiles when he came out this evening. He wanted a good start, but it's Sean that started the quicker.
23.
I'll tell you what, Dennis, he's potted some
26.
balls in this match, hasn't he?
Well,
26.
he didn't manage
And
that,
frame.
but he's potted more
Sean
than
Murphy.
enough. And what a start for Sean Murphy. He comfortably takes the opening frame, and he now leads 14 frames to 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Frame 18. Sean Murphy to break.
Yes, Hazel, just needing 3 more frames. But that's a poor break-off shot. Is the green coming to his rescue? No, it's not. So we've been talking about Barry's poor break-off. Not as bad as this one. Now, Barry, can you clear your mind, forget the scoreline, and just start cueing and produce your best? That's all you can do.
Six. Seven.
I think everyone in the Crucible Theatre would love to see Barry knocking a sizable break here. I know it seems a silly thing to say, but I think even some of Sean's Murphy's fans might like to see
14.
Barry produce something here.
$15.
Bit of an angle now to go into the bunch. He's got that red to the left of the black if he gets enough screw on it. Even if he sticks in the bunch, that would be available. Yeah, nicely played.
Yeah, a little unlucky. Hardly anything moved.
20.
There's only one red came out. But anyway, he's nicely on the red to the left of the black. So he's got another opportunity, leaving another good angle on the black. To try and loosen those reds a little bit more.
they're in a good position as well.
23.
If he can go right into the middle, there's 2 reds either side. If he can get into the reds right behind the pink, he'll open quite a few up here. Plenty of pace. I think he's just about okay. He's a bit close to this red though.
30.
Slightly harder would have been perfect.
I think it was just because he was so close to black. But if the pink goes to the right middle, he could play for the pink here. And obviously
31.
does go to the right middle. So not as bad as we first thought.
Well, they're willing him
37.
on here. He's getting applause for a straightforward shot there.
$38.
Well, they're sitting beautifully, aren't they? Come on, Barry, give us a ton.
$45. Thanks, Barry.
I know it
46.
might be a bit too late, Dennis, but he's now starting to get the cue through the cue ball, which he wasn't doing, and particularly in the second session, he didn't seem to get any movement on the cue ball at all, which is usually a sign of not going through, a little bit of tension in the arm. But he's cueing a lot better now. Too little, too
53.
late, possibly.
Just come up a little bit short there. That's the target he's looking for. If he can get to 70 points, he'll leave Sean needing a snooker. Well,
54.
against Neil Robertson, he played superbly well. I mean, what a win that was for Barry. Just ran slightly out
61.
of position here. This is the key one. He's 61 in front. He's only a couple of pots away from securing the frame, and he's left himself a tricky little one with the rest. And look where the reds are. He must get this. No. Oh, it's in. Thought he'd hit the jaw of the pocket. I didn't think that was going to drop, JV.
I was like you. I didn't think it was going to drop, but any harder it wouldn't have done. So just looking for one more red to get his first frame on the scoreboard
69.
for quite a while. So in it goes, frame over,
70.
and a chance of a century now.
Yeah, his highest break in this match has been a break of 79.
75. $76.
Well, I'm very pleased for Barry that he's done this here. He'll be feeling a little bit better inside. Well, that kicked, but he's okay. You could see the white jump there.
83.
As I say, probably too little too late,
84.
but it just shows you the number of frames that Sean has won or got past the winning line off Barry's break-off shots. And this was brought about by a poor break-off from Sean. And that's all it can take to win a frame. Just
89.
one mistake. No matter how well you're playing, you'll be sat in your chair.
90.
Well, he's had 7 centuries in this year's World Championship, has Barry. He's
96.
just let that one finish a little awkward. Get in. Get in.
97.
Yeah, he couldn't avoid running into the black. So come on, Barry. Not this pinking. No problem. Well played. And it's turn-up time.
103.
And absolutely delighted for him. No, it didn't matter about the red. And it didn't matter once he got there. But even Sean, I'm certainly pleased for Barry. And he's getting a tremendous reception from this packed Crucible audience. And well played. Cleared his mind and had one chance and won the frame. But of course, he's still 10 behind.
Well, wasn't that nice to see? He's still smiling as Barry, and Sean did smile there as well. He's a model professional, Sean Murphy. Ever since he turned professional, you know, he thinks so much of our game, and he's a great ambassador for the game. But it has to be said, his break-off shot, and we'll show it to you here. It's the first time I think he's made a poor break-off, John.
Yeah, and this one, he's caught the red obviously much too thick. That's why it just goes straight off the top cushion. And because he hits it too thick, the cue ball struggles to get past the baulk line. And left the red on, and fair play to Barry. Because it's not easy, Dennis. You know, when you're that far behind, to think any positive thoughts whatsoever.
Yeah, he's just playing for his pride, and that will make him feel so much better, making that century there.
Thank you. Frame 19. Barry Hawkins to break.
So we now will have a mid-session interval. It's the start of the long, long way back. And a better break-off shot. Mind you, I've said a better break-off shot. Sean will get down, knock this red in, get on the pink and clear up.
You make it sound so easy, Dennis. Well played it for the pink into the middle. Probably thought that the only red he could leave was the one he was playing. And Barry may have a go at this red. Left hand side of the table as we look. Roll it to the far left corner. Play for the blue. It depends what he feels he's going to leave if the red doesn't go in.
Well, he could screw it back and play for the pink, as Sean did. There's nothing available. Oh, a long way off. Where's this red going? Oh, he could stick it up here. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I thought he started to cue well the last frame, but he didn't really threaten the pocket with that one.
Well, the shot that was, he was looking for a little bit of safety at the same time.
Sean Murphy, 1.
Ambitious one, that, John.
Yeah, and I'm sure he played it thinking as long as I get close, even if it doesn't go in, it will block the pocket. But he didn't get close enough. But, yeah, only the type of shot you'd play when you had a 10-frame advantage, I would suggest. But this red will pass the brown.
One.
Can he see enough of the brown? If he can, there's a little gap there, and clearly he can. There's a gap to get on the red to the left of the black as we look at it. I think there's another one possibly available. He didn't hit that as he intended. He wanted to be over the right side of the table there. Let's have a look where he potted the brown.
5.
Yeah, just got too much action.
Larry
He went
Hawkins,
close
5.
to planting the black in the pocket.
Good cue ball, though. And if Sean can't play safe down the left-hand side of the table as we look, then he's got a problem down the right-hand side, particularly with the black on the right-hand side of the table. Could stop any path back to the baulk end.
Well, that's the virtual shot. That's what he's looking at. Well, if he's got away with that, he's very lucky. I think he might have been. To not leave an easy pot after crashing into the reds. I think he thought he would come back down the table off that cannon. This does go. Good effort. He was never going to leave anything taking that red on. Taking this to the middle pocket, and this is not easy either, but as I say, he's got a 10-frame advantage, so he's chancing his arm a little bit with a few of the pots. He might just lose another frame here after attempting that.
Yeah, you just get the feeling at the moment that Sean's just playing this more like an exhibition than semi-final of the World Championship. But he's got so much elbow room, then I don't blame him. He's trying to entertain the crowd and make some big breaks. Awkward this, but he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Just pot the red and he'll be on the black. Be careful though, Janova has behind him. Keeping his eye on him. Played it nicely enough though.
1. Eight. Nine.
back-to-back centuries? What do you think?
Well, the way the balls are, and the black available into both corner pockets, I wouldn't
14.
bet against it.
$15.
Oh, he hasn't hit it. Oh, he'd got
20.
quite a margin for error, and he's left it so short. He might just be able to get through to the potting angle, but it should have been a lot easier than this. I think he can just pass the red to cut this in. Yeah, well played.
21.
Well, he's playing the blue. You would have thought he could have played a balk colour and played for the red in the balk end, but I just think it's easy to control the cue ball.
Yeah.
And he's controlled it nicely.
26. $27.
If he can help it, he doesn't really want to be playing any cannons here because they're clearing each other anyway, but we shall see. Yep, avoided that red. He didn't want a cannon into it. As he pots this,
34.
it'll clear the path for one to the left corner, and as he pots another, it'll clear the path for two more. So no need for any
35.
cannons.
Straighter on this red would have been better, but he's got down pretty quick. It's usually a sign that he's happy with the potting angle.
43.
Maybe a little bit straight on this black, but once again down pretty quick. So screw with right hand side. Watch the cue ball as it comes off the cushion. Played it beautifully. This is as well as he's cued in the match.
50.
Yeah, the last frame
51.
lasted just over 9 minutes. This one's been going, just coming up to 11 minutes, but it won't last much longer the way Barry's going here. Now, he hasn't got through that. He's 61 in front.
57.
He only needs one more red, and the white has stopped a long way short of where he wanted to leave that an easy red into the right middle pocket. It won't pass the blue, so he'd like to take that one over again. Just stunned it too much and didn't get the cue ball through. So it's a thin little snick into the middle pocket. That will give him this frame if it goes in. And there you've got the perfect picture. No, no.
Barry Hawkins.
He missed
57.
Missed one in the second frame into that pocket.
Yeah, it's amazing, doesn't it? How many times it happens. You're just looking for one more red, and he had the perfect angle on the pink to be on that red. So no excuse for leaving it as thin a pot as that. And that's what caused the miss.
wasn't an easy one. So this red that's near the pocket, it will show you Sean trying to cut that one in. It's not right over the pocket where it finished. He's got the full length of the table to travel, so doesn't need position. It's all about knocking the red in. Just 59 remaining on the table. The brown to make absolutely certain.
Five. Barry Hawkins,
Sean
5.
coming to the table, but barring a couple of snookers, Barry Hawkins has got another frame on the board.
Yeah, I don't really know why Sean's carrying on here. Unless he wants a bit of potting practice. Don't know why he's carrying on.
He needs 2 4-point snookers at the moment. And that is the end now.
1. Six. Seven. $13.
Oh, that's a bit unlucky. 14. You don't mind having bad luck when the frame's over. Or would we just go with the green? Well played, Barry. And this is the thinnest of
17.
cuts. If he's going to pot that in the corner. Doesn't matter about that.
17 on the frame.
It was the earlier break of 57 that paved the way. And Barry Hawkins, he's got another one back, but it's still 14-5.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Frame 20. Sean Murphy to break.
Yes, and I agree with what Stephen and Ken said. And sometimes, and listen, there's a long way to go here, but you start taking liberties with the balls, and sometimes they won't forgive you. So you just can't go all out and go for everything. Well, the break-off from Sean, not the best, but it's yielded an opportunity straight away. And I think he'll be concentrating hard here, because at the moment, or the last two frames, he's just been sat in his chair, and Barry Hawkins has been stealing the show. I know he's got a lot of frames in hand, but you've got to keep your focus in this game. You've got to keep your discipline. I know he wants to entertain everybody. Now, if this runs up, he could be on the blue. Worst way, he'll be on the brown or the yellow.
Brown.
I think one of those two reds that are above the black is available in a couple of shots' time. Well, the black's available and the pink's available off this red that he's landed on here. He can please himself.
6.
And if he pots the black and cannons those two reds, he'll open the black spot area up. He'll leave the red that's to the left of the black. I mean, even if he cannoned the middle of the three reds there that are near the black, it looks straightforward, but he's got up and down a couple of times. Well, as I say, I thought maybe one of these reds was available. Obviously it is.
13.
That's the one.
Yeah, but I'm like you, Dennis. I don't understand why he didn't play the cannon. Because the question is now, in potting this red, can he retain position on the black? Maybe he can. No, he couldn't. Okay,
14.
The pink's available, but he needs to find a good angle on the pink. Well, he's down quick, so he must have done.
Also completion.
He's a terrific player to watch, Sean, and he has been throughout this year's World Championship. You know, he cues so beautifully. The way he builds is terrific to watch. He's just a class act.
Thank you. 20. $21.
So he's on the black now, and he can play a little cannon. Doesn't have to play it too hard. He'd like to just miss the pink and just hit the edge of the reds, and all for a red into the opposite corner. And we got into it too much. We got into it too much. He wanted to flick off the end red. I don't think he's on anything.
28.
Just hit it full. Wanted to catch it half ball. Well, he thinks he might be able to get past the pink. I'm not sure about that one.
Sean Murphy. 28.
Pretty straightforward escape back down the table, but got to be careful if you play off the bunch of reds that you don't send one over the right corner pocket. That's what Barry's concerned about. Could always play off the, well, that's what he's doing, the one to the left of the black. And that's a pretty good length by the looks of things.
Well, Sean, probably play this attacking safety. Well, he's knocked a red towards the corner. Is it in or is it over? It's over. Is the green going to come to his rescue? Puts his hand up and apologises. Fortunate there. He played the cue ball to the baulk cushion. Not just sneaking behind the green.
If you were playing an exhibition, you'd get down, you'd come off the side cushion, you'd go between those two reds. You'd knock the red in, you'd get on the black, and you'd clear up.
I'm glad I don't play too many exhibitions with you, Dennis. I won't get many shots by the sound of it.
He's in a terrible spot here. He really is in a terrible spot. Yeah, I'm not surprised he's shaking his head because he can't see enough of this red past the green to do anything with that. And I can't see a red that he can just nestle onto. And going that way is just as difficult to hit the red that's over the pocket. He'd have to play with loads of check side to come between the yellow and the brown.
Yeah, because if the brown wasn't on its spot, he could come off the baulk cushion and maybe judge the line, but the brown's right in the way of that shot. So what's he playing here? Well, he thinks if he leaves this cue ball near the top cushion, then that red isn't cuttable. It looks cuttable, but I'll trust his judgment. Have a bit of a smile at Sean as he's walking away. What's he saying? Go on, pot that if you like.
That's nice to see. I think it cuts. Sean's not looking at it, but I'm sure that cuts, and he'll come across the table towards the pink and reds. Or maybe it doesn't cut in, but I would have thought if you catch it thin enough, you could snick that in. Well, two hands is better than one, Sean. There's another trick shot you could play if you're in. I mean, that's an option, believe it or not.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea, really. He's played far riskier shots so far this evening, Sean. Just hit where his cue is now, off the baulk cushion, come down the table and knock this red in that's over the corner pocket.
Is that what he's thinking of doing? Because that's the sort of shot I would definitely have a go at, because there's no easy safety shot, and if he doesn't feel he can cut it in, why not have a go at it?
Yeah. As I say, he's played far riskier shots.
Here we go. This will bring the house down if he pulls this off. No, misjudged it. But it wasn't a bad foul choice.
Well, maybe not a bad choice, but it doesn't look too good now. So here's a chance for Barry Hawkins to put another frame next to his name.
One.
Nice position on the black.
Sounded like a
8.
kick there. He's okay.
9. $14. 15.
3 reds still available. It's the little group of 5 reds above the pink
80.
that are all covering each other.
$19.
Oh, that flew off the back cushion there.
Yeah.
Really did.
Yeah, it just seemed to crawl to the cushion and then really, well, yeah, sprung. But could it have worked in his favour, Dennis? I'm just wondering, does this pink go to the right corner? If it does, it could have worked in his favour. And you know, I think the pink, yeah, it does go, clearly. And in possing it, he can nudge those reds open and might even still be on those 2 reds above the black. Might not be as bad as we thought.
Yeah, it did work to his advantage.
$25.
Played for the black, but he got the quick bounce off the cushion. And look how he's got the reds now.
$26.
Yes, just as long as he potted the black there, he was bound
33.
to get a cannon. He's now got a 9-point advantage, and the reds couldn't be better placed. Because he's made breaks of 103 in frame
34.
18, 57 in the last frame. He's in stroke.
Well, he's been in stroke throughout the whole of the championship because he's made 8 centuries.
41. $42. $49. $50.
Well, a lot of people thought this match might be ending this evening. And all of a sudden, it might not. Sean, still
57.
looking for 3 frames to get through to the final.
$58.
Well, he's had a go at a few shots that he wouldn't normally have played. He certainly wouldn't have played if the match was closer. And Barry Hawkins really starting to cue well now. Just this pink and 1 more red needed. So 40 points to lead, 43 remaining. Pot the red, go 41 in front.
64.
With only 35 remaining.
$65.
The Hawk is starting to soar, JV.
Well, as I say, I mean, obviously he's come out tonight and he just wanted to show people that he can play, and that scoreline wasn't really a
72.
a sign of how he plays. And he's come out and now he's cueing as well as he's done throughout the match. And, you know, you've got to think it's too little too late, but he's certainly showing why he's in the semi-final now and a chance of another century.
And wouldn't that be something?
79.
Lost the first frame, then he had a century, 57. And if he clears these, another century.
82. $86.
This would be Barry's 9th. And it would be the 74th of the tournament. Well, he's got a bit of a bounce there, but he's okay. And that record of 83 centuries in the tournament is definitely under threat.
97.
But more importantly, another one surely for Barry Hawkins. Snooker! Well played. He's queuing now. Okay, Sean Murphy has taken his foot off the pedal, there's no doubt about that. But Barry Hawkins goes back to his dressing room with just a little bit of hope, you would have thought. 14-6 though still to Sean Murphy.
Waltzing his way to the snooker table, it's Strictly star and football pundit Robbie Savage. This talk show host always knows his cue. It's Jeremy Kyle. His teeth are whiter than a cue ball. It's Joey Essex. No pointless pots from this quizmaster, Richard Osman. She's in the business of winning. It's BBC Breakfast's Steph McGovern. He's worth more than a tenner, Russell Watson. He's on the ball, the snooker ball, that is. It's Philip Neville. It's the bookie's favourite, jockey Hayley Turner. Can he play snooker? This citizen can, Adil Ray. What's the highest possible break in snooker?
147.
147.
147.
155.
12. 155. The highest possible break you can get is 155.
155 with a free ball and a black before the 147.
Which player has the most World Championship wins with 7?
Steve Davis.
I'd say that was Steve. Steve Davis. Stephen Hendry.
It's either Davis or Hendry, and I'm going Steve Davis. Stephen Hendry. Never heard of him.
Whose chin is this?
That looks like Ronnie O'Sullivan.
I don't really know any snooker players. The only snooker player I know is Steve Davis.
That's Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Is that Ronnie's? Is it? The tongue I recognise, actually. I'm kidding.
So I recognise that by the tongue as well, the expressions of the tongue, yeah.
What's the green ball worth?
3.
3. So I always remember years ago Cliff Thorburn saying that green was his bogey colour.
3. Oh, is this quiz for under 10s or something?
How many red balls are there at the start of a frame?
15.
16. 15?
15.
There are 15 red balls at the start of the frame.
15.
14.
15.
Whose shoes are these?
Oh, I seen them the other day.
Well, I'd never wear them shoes.
I don't know, but he needs to have a word with himself, whoever it is.
I don't recognise the actual pair, I would guess Judd Trump.
Oh, is it Judd's?
Which of these is not a real player's nickname? Jester from Leicester, Triple Q, the Hawk, the Milkman.
Triple Q. The Milkman.
I'm going to go the Milkman.
Triple Q.
Triple Q.
What game is this?
Is it cribbage?
Oh.
It's not probably something I'd want to participate in either.
Is that bar billiards?
Where did I get cribbage from?
Billiards, don't know.
I have got no idea. What is it?
Bar billiards. I knew it.
How many World Championship finals did Jimmy White play in without winning?
I will go with 4.
5.
Ooh, quite a few actually.
9.
20.
I would say 5.
7.
4.
Played 6, lost 6. Poor Jimmy.
Hello, and welcome to this snooker thing with me, Hacker the Dog. I'm about to interview the legendary Hazel Irvine. Why is the table always green? It's dead boring, that. Why is it green?
I don't really know, but what colour would you rather it was? And I'll see if I can arrange
I'd
it.
like it if it was paisley.
Paisley pattern?
Yeah.
Right, OK, well, that's a possibility.
Oh, puce.
Puce. Well, then how could we see the yellow ball?
We couldn't. Hey, do you ever fall asleep whilst watching snooker? I sometimes fall asleep when I'm even talking about snooker.
You look like John Parton.
Oh, no, Sue Barker, put it down. Sorry. Hazel, do you like my waistcoat? Would you like to touch it?
Yes, OK. It's very silky.
Yes. Well, if you like that, touch the back.
Even silkier.
Do all snooker players wear wigs?
Some do, but I couldn't possibly mention any names.
Tell me one.
Well, I know one who would like to wear one. Willie Thorne. Can I ask you a question? How old are you now?
I am 6.
Which makes you about, what, 42?
All right, don't mention it.
Shouldn't you be going into other things?
Well, I'm trying to get on terrestrial, that's what I'm doing this for.
Oh, I see,
It's
sorry.
not because I like this daft game, is it?
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Now, listen,
Yeah.
what are the balls made out of?
They're made out of sausages.
Sausages?
Yes, exactly.
Can I lick one of those balls?
Well, certainly. Let me just give you the brown one here.
Is it there?
That is sausages.
I taste some meat paste.
Well-
Meat paste. Oh, I love meat paste. Do you?
Not my favourite.
For the showbiz dog on the go, meat paste is the way to go, cocker.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what are the cushions made out of?
They're made out of bread.
Bread?
Yep. And if you have a little
Basically a
nibble-
massive sandwich, this,
Yeah,
isn't
it is. It really, yeah.
Thank you, Hazel Irvine. You've been tolerable, but I do prefer Susan Barker.
I'll tell her. Thanks,
Please
mate.
kiss me on my fantastic paw. Thank you. I shall invoice you for that.
That's all right. Pleasure.
My favourite venue has to be the Crucible. Bit of a cliche in snooker, but it has to be. Best thing for me about being a snooker player these days is just how many events there are and how many opportunities we've got to go out and win trophies. You know, you're living in hotels, in and out of suitcases, on and off planes. Yeah, I'm completely addicted to The Apprentice and Homeland. Yeah, I used to be a big fan of Strictly and an X Factor, but I don't know, I don't know why, I just seem to have lost a little bit of a rapport with those shows. You know, I've always been a big Elton John fan, and people like that. I like artists that play an instrument and also perform. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of all this like house music. I think there's a lot of people who, they tell you one thing and say another thing behind your back. I like a bit of honesty. I've got these like red bits here, and I've got no other sort of red hair anywhere on my body, and I look in the mirror and I think, I wonder where they're from. Be Chinese from the local takeaway. I can't eat coconut, can't go near coconut for some reason, got no idea why. Spanish was my favourite subject. Why are we taught woodwork? Don't really know. Twitter gives me the opportunity to put my side of the story across with no interpretation from anyone else. Behind the safety of a keyboard, people seem to say things to people they would never say to you face to face.
Robertson's got to be up there, he's got one of the best collections. Apart from my own as well, obviously, I think that's pretty good as well. Probably is the best break builder in the game, really, so yeah, you've got to go for the best, really, so yeah, Ronnie. Trump or Robertson, I'd have to pick one. Ding or Ronnie, well, Higgins as well, obviously. So Ronnie as well, again, really, but it's all so close, you know. Yeah, Ronnie. Only one fat one, Higgins. Selby's got to be up there, he's coming from behind and that, and Higgins is up there as well. I'd say Higgins as well. Higgins. Probably hits the ball a little bit harder than most people as well, really, so, yeah, I'd say Trumpy. It's got a lot of cue power. I'm pretty comfortable with the rest, so I'd say myself. Higgins. Been so many matches over the years where he's won from being miles behind and close matches and cleared up when he needs to clear up, and yeah, definitely Higgins is up there. Higgins again, really, he wins so many frames from behind, and they're so important in frames because they kill all your opponents. Getting a bit repetitive now. Higgins again, really. I mean, everybody misses balls, but he always plays the right shot. McManus. Angles McManus. Ronnie. Seems to blow, well, once he gets ahead, just seems to get stronger and stronger, really. Well, there's so many players, I think it's hard to pick one. Higgins, Selby, Robertson. Dottie's got to be up there as well. He's really light and never gives up.
The Crucible's rich history is littered with some incredible fight-backs against impossible odds. Here are some famous Crucible comebacks. ...2000, round 2, Parrott led Swale 12-8 before losing 13-12. JP never recovered. ...2003 semi-final. Doherty trailed 15-9 to Hunter before winning 17-16 in a nerve-wracking classic.
I think we'll have a handshake. An absolutely unbelievable afternoon.
2005 quarter-final. The Rocket was 10-6 up against Ebden before famously imploding. 2007 quarter-final. Murphy turned around an 11-5 deficit against Stevens, winning 13-12. 2010 round 2. Robertson stung Gould 13-12 from 11-5 down. 2013 quarter-final. Trump came back from 8-3 down versus Murphy to edge a thriller 13-12.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much,
Frame
Hazel.
21. Barry Hawkins.
Barry's turn to break off. Let's see if he can get a good break-off shot. It's not bad. The black's tied up. This red is not dead straight. He'd have to get up for the blue or both colour if he takes the pot on. He's pretty good at this type of shot, but not guaranteed. This will tell. An early tail in this frame. And he's left the one to the left of the pack.
Yes, he was knocking these in with amazing regularity in the early part of the match. But yeah, it's getting interesting, this. If Barry could win all 4 frames, then Sean wouldn't be sitting that comfortably in his seat. If he won 3 of them, it still gives him half a chance tomorrow. Oh, but you can't afford to miss chances like that. You can't afford to miss anything. Not the position he's in. And that was a straight red, and he just put a little bit of unintentional side on it.
Might be able to push the black on here. Not straightforward. This is awkward cueing. I wanted to send it closer to the pocket than this. It wasn't easy, that. It wasn't easy at all.
Sean Murphy won.
And I'm just looking at the angle here. There's lots of loose reds, but Barry can take the one, as we show you, Sean bridging over that red and just putting it on the near jaw. He could even cannon into the triangular reds. He'd be guaranteed to be on the black. He doesn't have to do that. There's plenty of loose reds. Don't think he is he? Yeah, he has done. Yeah, that was always a shot there.
Always difficult to judge how the cue ball is going to come out of the jaws of the pocket when the object ball is right close in like that, and he's not played it absolutely perfect, in all honesty. I sometimes feel with that shot you're better off just playing a direct screw rather than trying to come off the cushion. So he's got a red to the left middle, but it's not what he played for. But right in the middle of the pocket. And as I say, he's started to cue now, like he did in his previous rounds, on his way to this semi-final.
Let's see if he can convert this red into the right corner. He missed one in the opposite corner just a few shots ago. Nicely played, and could hold for the red that's to the left of the black here. Delicate little screw shot. He's got the other one if he goes too far, but he's held it very nicely.
.22. .23.
Couple of loose reds to play on here, but he's just got to be careful with the pace. This cue ball coming off the top cushion. Don't know whether he would consider playing a cannon on that red that's just to the right of the cluster below the pink. Did play the cannon. Needed to catch it full in the face to leave himself on the red to the
30
left corner. Just caught it half ball on the left-hand side. Full in the face, it'd have been inch perfect.
Tricky little one, but he can still pop this in the middle pocket. Awkward bridging there. But doesn't have to force it, just drop it in, he'll be on the black. Looks good to me.
31.
It's amazing how he loops that finger when he plays the shot on the cushion. I think he's the only player that does that.
$39.
Well, the good form continues. A couple of centuries and a 57 in the last 3 frames. Well on his way here to another sizable break. Just got to be careful with this red that's near the cushion. He won't cannon into it here. It's okay. He'd rather been on the one to the right corner, but he can still take
46.
The other one to the left corner, slightly more difficult. He just flicks that one that he will be taking on. The thing with snooker is it's only one player can be on the table, and it doesn't matter how many you're behind. If you keep potting the balls, the other fella has to sit in his seat and watch. Could have done with a little bit more side on that. He's a bit nearer
52.
the cushion than he wanted to be, so he needs another decent pot here. All right, in the centre of the pocket. 53. He's looking good again here, because if he pots the blue, gets on the red that's behind the 2 reds and the pink, he'd clear the path for another one. So it's looking like another frame, JV.
Yeah, it's decision time, really. Do you pot the blue, play the cannon into the pink, or play for that loose red, as you say, below that cluster? But I don't know. It's decision time, and it's the way he feels. If he could hold for the red easily enough, but he's coming round after 2 cushions. It's all about the line and length, and that's absolutely inch perfect.
58.
Yeah, perfect
59.
on the pink. This is terrific stuff from Barry Hawkins, it has to be said.
Yeah, well, as I say, I mean, he's started to cue and hit the ball really well. And this is frame ball.
66.
Four in a row, Dennis.
And I know it's going to be difficult, but there's a chance that he could make 3 centuries
73.
in 4 frames. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, what a shame.
73 in the frame.
No century, but Sean Murphy stays in his seat. Barry Hawkins has come out firing on all cylinders at after that mid-session interval. He's got another one back. 14-7.
Thank you. Frame 22. Sean Murphy to break.
Yes, that's a fair point that Stephen's just made. He is one of those players, Barry, that can go on a roll and just never miss. As I say, he's now won 4 frames in succession. And I agree with what you said at the beginning, Dennis. He came out just to playing for pride, really. Well, his pride's back intact. He's gives this Crucible audience something to cheer about. Thought the only red he could leave was the one he was playing, and that's run safe. So nothing easy for Sean.
Well, this is an interesting choice of shot. He's playing the safety shot. Earlier on, he would have taken that red on, so it's a slight change of plan for the Magician. Great nickname, Sean the Magician Murphy. There hasn't been much safety played in the last 3 or 4 frames. I know there's someone watching this evening that's missed the snooker for the last few days. My stepfather-in-law, David Rowlands, who was rushed into hospital, was in intensive care, never misses the snooker, and he's in the Myler Hospital in Wrexham, and they've brought him a TV in so as he can watch this evening. So I will see you on Tuesday, David.
One.
Good pot, and just stop short of the baulk line, which gives him a choice of yellow or brown. And the reds are nicely spread. This is a decent opportunity.
So it's back to work for Sean Murphy.
5. Six.
And it was interesting, that last choice, when he played the safety shot rather than taking a risky red on.
$11. $12. $18. 19.
He's had a look at the pink. He's now having a look at the black.
Yes, I can only assume that the black spot is half occupied by the red, because you think the black was the obvious ball to play for. But he thinks the black might get tied up. That's why he's playing the pink.
There was a shot on the black, and he thought about it, just potting the black and nudging the red to the left of it, and he looked at it
25.
2 or 3 times, but he's decided he can do it on the pink here rather than
26.
have to take a little risk with a cannon.
$32. 33.
He's had 10 centuries in this year's Betfred World Championship. Neil Robertson had 11.
39.
Still looking for that magic number of 17 frames to go through to the final.
Thank you. 40.
Still a possibility that he could do it here this evening. He's back on track again.
The reason he's giving this a little bit of thought, if he was straight on this pink, he could just roll it in and play for the red in the opposite corner, but just not the right angle. So just had to hold it there, so okay. He's just about on this red to the left corner, but
46.
a little bit of work to do with the cue ball.
47.
But he could just avoid the red that was to the left of the black, so still in perfect position.
Well, that Rolls-Royce Q action is up and running again, because he's taken these
53.
beautifully, it has to be said. Not risking any cannons.
54.
Played with a series of little stun and screw shots. Delightful to watch. And the black's clear after he pots this red.
$61.
And this black will put him 68 points in front with just 67 remaining. So he's regained focus.
68. $69.
Not going to be easy to make the century now that that red's gone over, so the 3 reds
76.
are a little bit awkward.
77.
But he could develop them, depending on the angle he has on the pink here. He can screw over to those 2 reds. Dead straight, as you could see. But, well, you've probably missed this now, but he is the greatest
83.
player I've ever seen with the rest.
84. Thank you.
record number of centuries was made here in 2009, 83 centuries.
90.
Is it there? Oh,
John
what
Murphy.
a shame, no century, but
and the frame.
Well, he's back in stroke again. That was a beautiful break from Sean Murphy, and he stops the rot. He now leads 15-7. I think, John, a slight change of plan there from Sean. He was taking a few risky shots. We said maybe he was pushing the boat out a little bit, but a suddenly change of plan. He could have took this red on down into the right corner. He was doing that earlier, decided on the safety shot. Good choice?
Well, absolutely, the right choice. There was still a match on. But yeah, I agree with you. Early on this evening, there's no way he would have played the safety. He'd have gone for the difficult pot. But there was just a few little warning signs. You know, someone may have said to him, look, if you lose the next 4 frames after the mid-session interval, all of a sudden it's 14-10. And then where are you?
Well, he's very comfortable again, you would have to say. He looks very relaxed, and now he's got that frame on the board.
23. Barry Hawkins to break. Quiet, please.
Two more frames to be played. Barry needs both of them.
Yes, we always say as long as you can keep your opponent 2 away from the winning line, you just feel you've got a little bit of margin of error, whereas if you get within 1 frame, then you can't make any more mistakes. But he's left this pot on. Aye, 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 aye. Well, this Crucible audience are really getting excited. Jan Verhaas asking everybody to settle down. Obviously, he can pot this red with no problem, but I'm not certain where the colour comes from. And if he's playing it with a lot of pace to get back up for the blue, it's missable. Well, you couldn't hit a better shot than that with the rest. Superb. He's really cued well tonight, and every credit to him. Playing for pride, as we've said a few times. But hanging on in there.
Six.
Yeah, you could hear members in the audience shouting, great shot. And it was, he cued it lovely there.
Wouldn't it be nice if he could get on this red that's just to the right of the black? Okay, maybe just the one in above it. The one immediately above the black. I think he's got a nice angle. Pot that. Cannon the red just to the left of the black. And he'd be nicely on the black.
13.
And in potting the black, he can now play for the red that's just to the right of the black, should he so wish, and clear the black for both corner pockets. So a chance to score heavy.
$20. $21.
They're not a good bunch to go into the way the Reds are. You'd have to really play with quite a bit of pace. There's one loose red. as he got one to the middle pocket. It was never going to be straightforward, that.
28.
That's what you call Willie's flat back pack.
Yeah, but there was a little gap, wasn't he, if he'd have got more into the cue ball, but I think he can just get through to this red, to the left middle. It's tricky, but the position he's in, he knows that any half chance he's got to take. Oh, just missed it.
Barry Hawkins, 28.
Yeah, you've got to be absolutely spot on for these middle pockets.
Eight. Nine. Yep.
He's still here. What a gentleman he is. Nico
16.
McBrain, the drummer with Iron Maiden. He loves snooker, and he's got one of these championship star tables in his home in America. He had a table fitter from Ireland, went over, set it all up.
$17.
Well, these reds are set up now like you would for practice. And he seemed to have got his mind back on the job, Sean. Just a little lapse, thinking, well, the match was
23.
over. I'll try and entertain the crowd.
$24.
100% concentration now from Sean. He'd love to have the afternoon off, but he'd have to win this frame and the last frame.
31.
The frame that would take him through to the final with the session to
32.
spare.
Yes, in the first few frames this evening he was
39.
not being fair really to his own ability. He's played superb during this match. Break after break. But then when you're playing shots
40.
that you shouldn't really be playing, you're sort of not being true to your ability. But as I say, he's got the right mindset now.
47.
Still needs 3 of these remaining reds.
$48.
Yeah, he could afford to take a few risks, and that's what he done. But he knew he was comfortable. He soon changed his tactics, and that paid off. And he's back, stroking the ball beautifully. He really
53.
is.
$54.
26. The difference And he has very little to do with the pink to leave both those reds for the right corner. So he won't need the red that's up between the brown and green.
60. $61.
Well, he will, Dennis, if he's going to treat us to another century break. I didn't know the game was this easy, to be honest with you.
68.
Just checking the score. Just this red needed.
69.
Yeah, and I think he's also thinking, well, I could play for the blue off that red, and that'll be easy to get on the red in the middle, and he's played it really well. So
74.
Could be our third century of the evening.
75.
And if he does make the century, he will equal Neil Robertson's tally of 11 centuries
79.
made in this year's World Championship.
Thanks. 81.
Superb stuff.
$84. $88. $93. $99.
Taken these absolutely beautifully. Well played. That's for Sean Murphy, who built up the big advantage. He's now got his match face on. It's a ton-up. Another one. And now Sean Murphy is just one frame away from a place in the final. He leads Barry Hawkins 16 frames to 7.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Final frame of this session. Sean Murphy to brick.
That was a cracking opening pot from Barry Hawkins. It really was. Wow.
Barry Hawkins, 8.
Might have been a cracking opening pot, but that definitely wasn't. Just bridging over there, he got a bit of unwanted side on that, John.
Yes, he just didn't it. The cue ball in the middle now. Does this red pass the blue? If it does, it's an easy starter for Sean. And this could be the opportunity to get to the final with a session to spare.
That's what Sean will be after. He won't want to be coming back in the afternoon. He can relax, see the other boys battle out their semi-final. It's a long old 17 days here at the Crucible Theatre. Takes a lot out of you mentally. And if you can have an afternoon off, it makes quite a difference.
14. $15.
Oh, he's stuck in the reds, and he's got a similar type shot to the one that Barry missed.
22.
He had have just got this middle of those two reds to the right, he'd have been perfect. So this is awkward. And he's done exactly the same as Barry.
22.
He's got the unwanted side on it. It's amazing. Both players playing more or less the identical shot.
1.
Just striking down on it. Probably got a trace aside on it. Threw it offline. Well, he couldn't have them better. This was Barry's. That was probably a bit easier than Sean's, actually, but they both did the identical thing there.
Nine.
He lost the first session of this match, Barry, by 6 frames to 2. Second session by 7 frames
15.
to 1. And of course, that was the catalyst for him being so far behind.
16.
But if he can win this frame, he's won the session 5-3. Win the match now, highly unlikely. But just getting to the final session when he was so far behind and keeping his focus
23.
And giving every shot his best, every credit to him.
24.
Yeah, he won't mind getting dressed up for tomorrow afternoon session, getting the suit back on, the bow tie. It's pride, isn't it? When you're at the one table situation here at the Crucible, John, you don't want to let go.
No, you don't.
31.
And it's the most amazing arena.
32.
I mean, a lot of people said he was a little unlucky with the way the draw panned out because he had that epic match with Neil Robertson, which he ran out a 13-12 winner. But by the time the match was finished and he'd done his press interviews and got back to his hotel, apparently staying a little
37.
cottage just outside of Sheffield. You know, he wouldn't have got to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning, so it was a big ask to come back at 1 o'clock the next afternoon and produce. You know, he's bound to have a bit of a hangover from that match, but that's just the way the draw worked out.
38.
So maybe that first session was just a step too far. But he's certainly shown everyone tonight, Dennis, how well he can play. You give him the chance.
Yeah, he's producing the snooker that he's produced throughout the championship this year. And really, the way he's come back, he had a couple of torrid months, it has to be said, in the UK championship. He led Nigel Bond 5 frames to 0.
45.
And Nigel come back and beat him 6-5. And that took a lot out of Barry. But he's certainly back to his best here at the Crucible. And I know I've mentioned it before, it seems silly, but because of that tiredness, if he had took the second frame, which he was odds-on favourite to do, and levelled it 1-all, you know, it could have been a whole different story. He knew 52. He needed a good start against Sean Murphy, and he didn't get it. .40 points ahead. This 54. Red and black or pink would leave Sean needing a snooker. Well done. 55. Barry Hawkins. Just the black to give him this final frame of this session.
Well, a little unlucky when playing the cannon.
62.
But if he's going to make a century, he needs high-value colours. Have a look at the scoreboard to see what the possibility is of a century. You've got to get to 73 points when you come to the 6 remaining colours.
Hello.
63.
What a beauty that was. Awkward queuing there. Oh, what a way to finish the session this would be.
68.
He's had 2 centuries already this evening.
.69.
Just stopped in his tracks. He needs a good shot here to get position on the yellow. Decided just to make certain of the black, so this is a tough yellow.
76.
Let's wish him luck with it.
Oh, what a shame. But Sean Murphy will come forward, and he's going to have to come back tomorrow. Well done, Barry Hawkins. And Sean acknowledges this Crucible crowd. But Barry Hawkins deserves a big round of applause. What a cheer he's getting here. And why not? It's got a long way back, a big mountain to climb, but it's 16-8 to the Magician.
Restaurant,